Now, when you go by the name Half Pint, you might not think that you would fancy a jump up in weight class. But Alesha Zappitella says, I've always been the smaller fighter my entire life. She's not worried about going up in weight class, at least to hear her tell it, Jules.
Yeah, no, it's something she's been talking about for a while, even when she was the atomweight champ. She wanted to be a multiple division champion. As the atomweight champion, you know, she had a good run. As a shorter person, wrestling is the style that you really want to have going into, you know, if you're going to jump up a weight class. She's got legit strong wrestling. She's had some really terrific victories. And so it makes sense on paper. But what I really admire about her is that she decided to change her gym. She decided to change up everything with her training. She wants to become the champion, and she's going to every gym she possibly can to figure it out. She's with Sarah BJJ right now, but she said she was traveling all over the country, finding new places to train, trying to, you know, mix up her game.
Megan, she said she's been seeking out the highest level minds to help her figure out how to close the distance in fights like this.
Yeah, and as the shorter fighter, that is something that she did struggle with in the atomweight division against those taller, particularly strikers, that they had the range control that she just wasn't able to handle. So those minds hopefully have helped her improve her striking, not just to strike, but the striking to fit in for her takedowns, which plays in her favor, obviously.
The contender tonight, Alesha Half Pint Zappitella. The strawweight champion, Emily Gordina Ducote. And guys, she's coming off this incredible knockout of Danielle Taylor. But when we spoke with her on Monday, I got the sense she's still angry about the split decision loss she suffered the first time. She thought she should have won this title. Every great fighter maybe has a chip on their shoulder in some way or another. She seems like she's still got something to prove, even though she's the one with the title.
Oh, sure, the pundits and the fans will say you're only as good as your last fight, but a fighter doesn't think they're as good as their last fight. A fighter generally concentrates on when they were their least good in a fight because they want to improve. And I don't say that for every fighter. I'm just saying it is a mindset that you can see sometimes. They see the fights that they thought they should have won, and they hold on to that as motivation. And she's fighting a shorter wrestler like Murata.
Yep.
Again.
And she thought she deserved more credit for her takedown defense that time around, as we take a look now at our tale of the tape. In this strawweight championship bout, the challenger, Alesha Zappitella, 27-year-old American, 5'11", with a 60-inch reach. And the title holder, Emily Ducote, 28 years old, 5'2", and a 4-inch reach advantage. Let's send it in to Joe Martinez.
Live from Memorial Hall here in Kansas City, Kansas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. 5 rounds of action this scheduled for the Invicta FC Strawweight Championship of the World. Sanctioned by the Kansas State Athletic Commission, the interim executive director, Alejandra Prieto. The 3 judges scoring at cage side, Kevin Champion, Greg DeVilbus, and Sam Kleinbeck. And when the action begins inside the cage, your referee in charge, Nick Behrens. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready and the fighters are ready. Kansas City, make some noise if you are ready! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Her background is wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. At 4 feet 11 inches tall, she weighed in officially 115 pounds. Her professional record stands at 9 victories, 3 defeats with 1 no contest. She fights out of Huntington, New York. Here is the former Invicta FC Atomweight Champion of the World, the challenger, Alesha Zappitella! And across the cage, her opponent fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 2 inches tall. She weighed at officially 114.5 pounds. In 16 fights, her record stands at 10 victories with 6 defeats, presenting the reigning, defending Invicta FC strawweight champion of the world from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Emily Gordillo Ducote!
All right, ladies, we went over the rules in the back. Let's have a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Most importantly, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves now if you want. On my command, come out fighting.
The Invicta FC Strawweight Championship is on the line tonight at Memorial Hall in Kansas City, Kansas. Alesha Half-Pint Zappitella taking on the champ, Emily Gordillo Ducote. Zappitella in the brightly colored kit, bouncing, smiling, going into this fight. Ducote, the champ, in all black, pensive and pacing as these two square off.
Definitely a feeling out process.
Couple of punches there from Ducote. I'm sorry, from Zappitella's. Ducote's got the 4-inch reach advantage, and Ducote spent all this time getting ready for this fight, figuring out the right ways to close down that distance, put her good wrestling to use.
One of the things we've seen from Ducote in the past in Invicta is just some really incredible defensive footwork and angles. She's very good at getting her head out of the way for a, for a strike. She doesn't stay in one spot, so she's looking very centered right now. She's looking kind of honed in there, but she waits for an attack. She's a very good counter fighter. When she gets aggressive, though, she gets real aggressive.
And one thing that's beautiful is she is patient. She doesn't feel like she needs to throw any unnecessary punches. She's waiting for that perfect moment, and she hits it every time. And it's showcased with the experience that she brings to the cage.
Just briefly saw one of those counters right there.
She's very good at splitting the punch. And one of the things that Zappitella has done in the past is throw more of a looping punch, more, overhands, which could play right up into Ducote's striking strength.
A hush has fallen over Memorial Hall in KCK, but you get the sense that an explosion could happen at any moment.
And, I think Zappitella wants to bring out an opportunity for Ducote to commit to something so she can shoot.
But that's just not Ducote's style.
No, I know, it's
she
not.
doesn't make any mistakes. She's so controlled and measured in her approach that she's never, she's never out of balance in her footwork. She is always evenly balanced between her front and her back leg, and she never puts herself in the position to have or be countered with something.
Yeah, I think it was in the Murata fight, I might have the statistics slightly off, but I think it was 23 takedown attempts, and only 6 of them were successful.
They were quick to point that out on Monday, weren't they? They wanted to talk about that fight and highlight her takedown defense, yeah. It's clearly a focus coming into this one. So who makes a move first?
And that's what Zappitella was waiting for. She was waiting for Ducote to get into combination mode.
Ducote doing a very good job of stopping that takedown.
One thing Zappitella has always had a strength in is chaining takedowns. She goes from one to the next, and she will stay on your foot like there is no tomorrow if she has it. But she's fighting somebody very patient. Good head position there from Zappitella. She's a little stretched out there. Nice. When she's that stretched out, you can see she's using her shoulder and her head to really push into Ducote to get her off her balance, so that if Ducote tries to shift side to side, she'll open up a takedown. But it also, her legs are very far away from her when that happens, and so she can slip quite easily herself or be reversed if she's not super cautious. Look low.
30 seconds left in round number 1 of this championship fight. Separation now.
And that space that Zappitella was giving for that spin-off had a lot to do with the way she was balanced there.
Nice right hand by the champion there.
One thing, they've both been through 5-round fights before. Oh, wow, beautiful.
Left hand landed by Ducote as round number 1 comes to a close. Feeling out process through round number 1.
Both of them have been through 5-round fights. They know what that's like. They know how to be patient. They know how to, you know.
They know they've got time. And I think that was definitely showcased, particularly by Ducote. She was very patient, very measured with her approach. And I think for Zappitella, it's just timing those entries. I don't see Ducote making the same mistake of allowing Zappitella to shoot in and get in under her hips again, though. That is just the type of fighter that Ducote is. She's very, very, you know, hard on herself. Not really hard on herself, but she won't let her make those same mistakes twice.
Well, I think Zappitella just got a little water up her nose right there. She started coughing.
Let's quickly, guys, take a look at the stats by Combat Registry. Eve, what do you see here? We'll check in with Eve here in a second on this as you see the stats. Go ahead, Eve.
I think Megan is absolutely right. Zappitella is trying to engage Cote and get Cote to commit to some striking, commit some combinations, but Cote is just so smart and very, very patient. She's doing things absolutely right. I don't know who won that round, but it's very, very close, I think.
Well, we're split between the judges as to who won that first round. 2 of the 3 giving it to Ducote, the reigning champion.
Big left hook. Oh,
Now,
right.
Ducote looking to do some damage with that right hand.
You can see Zappitella, she has a lot of body movement. She moves around a lot, but she doesn't move her head very much.
And that's one thing that we have seen, Julie, is that over the years is the head. It stays stationary, and as a shorter fighter, it's got to come off the center line. And that's why a lot of those bigger shots are landing. And you know, Zappitella's corner was asking for her to move her head a little bit more going into the second round.
I have to say, in that exchange, Ducote bailed on going to the ground, got back up to her feet. She's very confident here. She's seeing where that left hook can land after Zappitella, because Zappitella does drop her right hand when she wings it.
Caught Zappitella with the right hand there again.
Oh,
Now Zappitella tries to shoot.
It looks like Zappitella might have an issue with her right eye. She keeps closing.
Her left eye is now showing damage. She can't open her left eye.
Oh my goodness, you're right. Another takedown attempt again. When she gets on a leg, she doesn't want to let go of that leg. She will hold on for dear life. I will say, though, that Ducote has some of the most vicious ground and pound in the strawweight division.
You see some of that blood from the left eye of Zappitella.
You can see the fight for wrist control. becomes the fight for who gets on top, who gets the balance, who can recover. Oh, Zappitella's overreached right there in a almost Kimura. She wouldn't be Kimura'd right there, but it's not a great reach position. And she will not let go of a foot if she gets it. It's a lot of blood in that eye.
Opening up this second round, Ducote inflicting damage with the right hand to the left eye of Zappitella.
And Zappitella trying to stay on top of her, trying to stay back. You can see Ducote whizzering. And Ducote's back up on her feet with that whizzer, but Zappitella still is tight on her. She's like kind of a piece of Velcro sometimes. Once she does get inside, she stays inside. Nice spin off there from Ducote.
Well, and you guys talked about the stationary head of Zappitella. If she can only see out one of those eyes, you wonder how her defense will be. On her feet now, caught another one right on the eye there.
And it looks like the medical team, cage side, are looking pretty closely right now at what's going on, as they should.
Shoot when she throws, Alesha! Hey! Hey!
Less than a minute remaining in round number 2.
Good head pressure there from Ducote. You can see Zappitella getting inside bicep there. Oh my. That was a good position to hit from.
Ducote's still being patient here, though.
Absolutely. Staying on that runner, you know, that octagon within the kind of the inside. Using that as a base to find her positioning. I love that.
Final seconds of round number 2. So some damage to the challenger, Zappitella. And guys, it was actually a left hand from Ducote that opened up that left eye of Zappitella. Zappitella tried to get it to the ground after that.
Ooh, that's a bad spot for a cut, you guys, a really bad spot. It's right on, it looks like it's right on the eyelid.
It looks like it's right on the eyelash, like right on the edge of the lid.
Right. So they're using that, you know, they're trying to stop the blood with that, staunch the blood with the giant Q-tips and stuff like that, but I don't know that that's going to do any good, because what's going to happen is it's going to swell. Like, there may be a medical call right here. Doesn't look like Zappitella says she can still see. But here's the left hand, so you see Zappitella turned her head a little bit, and when Ducote threw that hook, it just clipped right on that eye. Her hand was closed, that wasn't a finger shot, but that's leather. These gloves are leather, and leather can cut. Oh no, okay, it looks like the doctor is the medical team's calling it. It looks like they're calling it because of... Oh, no, they're checking her eyes again. I'm sorry, I didn't...
She's trying to open up that left eye.
I think she's trying to convince him that she can still see. I apologize, I was given a different signal right now.
Well, you can just see the anguish on the face of Zappitella right now.
And yeah, they're calling it.
They're gonna have to call it. Well,
wow.
Ducote did the job here tonight.
She did.
She's defended her title. She was patient, she was pragmatic, and in the end, Zappitella.
And that's a heartbreaking way to lose.
Yeah.
It's a heartbreaking way to lose, but it's also, that's the kind of doctor stoppage that needs to happen. If it's on the eyelid like that, it's too dangerous. That's my opinion. It's just too dangerous to keep fighting, because that will just keep swelling, and that could continue to rip.
And the blood going into the eye, it's not leaking down the face, it's going right into the eye. It's
yeah.
I would rather it be stopped than have her eyesight compromised going
Absolutely.
forward in her career potentially.
Yes.
Zappitella was born blind, guys. I mean, she had
That's
detached
right.
retinas as a premature baby. Didn't develop eyesight till she was a few weeks old when her retinas almost miraculously reattached. So she spoke to us about that.
That's right.
And it is the health of the fighters has to come in as a priority at some point. All right, let's send it up to Joe Martinez.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially at the end of round number 2. Our ringside physician calls a halt to this bout. Therefore, we declare your winner by way of TKO and still Invicta FC Strawweight Champion of the World, Emily Gordinha Ducote!
A successful title defense for Emily Gordinha Ducote. Still the strawweight champion of Invicta FC here at Invicta FC 47. She was patient.
She was. It wasn't an all-out war. Nice and patient.
Well, let's see what she has to say about it. We throw it inside the cage to Eve Edwards.
Fight fans, we're here with the champion, Emily Ducote. Emily, they say you're not truly a champion until you defend your belt. You are now truly a champion. How does it feel?
I really wanted to defend my belt. Like you said, it's kind of like it reinforces it that you really are the champ. So I'm so happy to be able to defend my belt, get another finish, and just really enjoying this moment.
Now, you landed a big left hand that opened up the cut that eventually stopped the fight. I know you wanted more, she wanted more. How does it feel to have the fight stopped on the cut?
Yeah, I would like to finish it more myself, but you know, Dr. Stoppage, that's fine. I knew she was going to come really heavy with the wrestling in the first and the second, so I was trying to stay a little bit smarter, a little bit sharper, keep distance a little bit better, and then pick it up kind of towards the later rounds. But I'm really excited to get the finish.
You were very patient in there. You look very good. Now, you are the true champion. You can make your call-outs. Who do you think deserves a shot at this belt?
I don't call anybody out. Shannon sends me the name, I sign the contract, and I show up here, and that's all I really care about.
Well, you've been showing up every time that I've seen you in here. Very, very proud to have been a witness to this one. I don't want to see you fight again. Congratulations, champ, and hope to see you soon. Anything for the fans?
Thank you guys so much.
Your champion, ladies and gentlemen, Emily Ducote.
Well, guys, we saw some really good strawweight talent on display here tonight throughout the course of this Invicta FC 47. Don't